So an NRI couple invested 64 lakh rupees in a property in India, and when they eventually sold it, they made 8,000 pounds profit, which sounds good, but they realized if they'd invested the same money in the stock market, they would have been richer by 170,000 pounds. So if you are a UK investor or thinking that investing in property or investing in India is a better bet, this real story from Reddit would blow your mind. If you want to read the whole article, here's a link to the article. But basically, this couple from the US invested in a flat in Hyderabad for 64 lakh rupees. And after 15 years, they decided to sell the property. Over this 15-year period, they made a rental profit of 7.2 lakh. They sold the flat for about 97 lakhs. So the total return minus the expenses they've had for selling costs and buying costs, etc., was about 35 lakh rupees. It sounds all right, which is about a 51% return on the investment. But here's where it gets ugly. This couple in the US, the 64 lakh rupees that they sent to India was $110,000 when they sent it in 2009. And when they sold the property and returned back the 97 lakh rupees was about $120,000. So in a 15-year period, they've made a $10,000 profit. And let's compare that to the S&P 500, the $110,000 or the 64 lakh rupees. If they had just put in the S&P 500, $110 would be worth $331,000 now. So they've actually missed out on the growth of over $200,000 by just buying this property. So here is why they actually lost money on this property. Back in 2009, when they sent the money to India, $1 was worth 45 rupees. But in 2004, when they actually got the money back, $1 was 85 rupees. The value of the rupee is nearly halved. So even though there was somewhat a decent profit because of this currency risk, they've actually had a very bad deal. And here's how this story could be applicable to us investors in the UK. If you're thinking of investing in property in India or stocks or FDs or whatever, 1 rupee back in 2010, 15 years ago, was worth 70 rupees, but whereas 1 rupee is worth 115 rupees now. That's a 60% drop in currency rate. Let me show you an example with some real numbers. So if you had invested about 50,000 pounds in 2010, that would have got you about 35 lakh rupees of investments in India. Let's say this 35 lakh quadruple grew up 4 times in these last 15 years, and let's say it's 1.4 crores now. And if you convert this 1.4 crore rupees and bring it back to the UK, you have taxes and things to pay. But besides all that, it'd be worth about 122k in today's money. Whereas really boring, safe invested at around 7% within an ISA would actually have no taxes or anything to pay and would be worth 138,000 pounds, and with a nominal 7% return. That's a 16,000 pounds difference. So your money should actually be 5, 6, 7 times before you minus all the expenses and the growth and the currency volatility before you actually make profit, compared to in just investing in box standard index funds in the UK. There are 2 golden rules when it comes to investing. One is to invest where you're a tax resident. So if you live in the UK, invest within the UK. I don't mean necessarily UK funds. You can invest in Indian funds as well. I've done a whole video on that. But invest within your ISA and your pension wrappers. And the second is more or less similar. Maximize your tax thresholds within your ISA and your pension. I hope this video has given you some food for thought. If you want to see my video on investing in Indian funds within India, here's the link to the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.